We are thrilled to present the Colorworks Building at 300 West Huntingdon Street, a development site just off American Street which will be sold fully entitled and ready for construction. Located within the QOZ, this project has been fully approved for 64 market-rate residential units, ground floor commercial space, 21 surface-level parking spaces, 22 bicycle stalls, a private gym and common roof deck. Ben Reiss of Philadelphia Construction Consultants joined the planning team at 300 West Huntingdon Street to help reduce engineering inefficiencies without sacrificing any design aesthetics or value to the end user. Many of the changes implemented by his team will drastically reduce the cost and timeline to construct this project. We sat down with Ben to learn more.
My name is Ben Reiss. I am the founder of Philadelphia Construction Consultants. Been in the city, better part of a decade, over $100 million in construction. And I really wanted to work with developers and work with projects and just kind of help them be more efficient. So being brought into the Colorworks Building at 3rd and Huntingdon, got a chance to see the first rendering and the first shots of the schematics, layouts that Gnome and the ownership had been working on. I just think it's a beautiful building, and I was looking forward to working with ownership and just kind of really bringing out the efficiencies of it. With construction costs as high as they are, we really had to look at how to maintain a sensible construction costs and deliver the product that we really wanted to do.
Eliminating the 6,000 square foot basement.
So very recently in the city of Philadelphia, they've kind of implemented an excavation permit. So with the basement as it existed when I kind of came on board, we would have had to go through at least a pre-construction survey, and then everything past 5 foot of excavation, we would need to shore. The cost of shoring is not small. So by removing the basement, we're able to remove large amounts of the excavation, large amounts of the additional concrete for the walls. We're able to remove all of the steel of the first floor, slab on deck, and by doing so, we dramatically decrease the cost of not just removing the basement square footage, we also reduce the cost of the first floor because we don't have to have that steel supporting it.
Switching from engineered to dimensional lumber.
So looking at the schematic layouts, really thoughtfully designed by Gnome. So we spent a lot of time on a way to still maintain those layouts and make very small adjustments so that we could go from an engineered floor system to a dimensional lumber floor system. The cost per foot of dimensional is, you're gonna be able to buy that in 12, 14, 16 foot sections, and that is a much cheaper per foot material. And the dramatic savings that come from that are on every wood frame floor. So the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the roof are all now a dimensional lumber. And with that comes a 20% savings in floor joists, if not more.
Avoiding high tension electrical service.
So being able to maintain a pico vault with a standard transformer and be under the requirements of going with either high tension or a pad mount was extremely critical because it allows us to save the cost of the electrical equipment that comes in from the high tension service is extremely expensive.
Eliminating the backup generator.
We also looked then at, well, what are the other requirements with some of these utilities? We were able to go with a horizontal egress, which also allows us to eliminate the need for a backup generator. By eliminating the need for a backup generator, we've eliminated the need for gas. So we take out one utility entirely, and we're able to save costs dramatically. We were able to look at the actual gas supply to each unit, gas supply to each fixture in the unit, and just the overall cost of bringing it into the building. All of those monthly fees and all of that continuous cost of having the gas service are now gone. And it lets the developer have one less utility to worry about.
Removal of DOAS ventilation system.
So there are outside air ventilation requirements. If you're not able to design with enough natural ventilation, you're forced to bring a system online that now brings in outside air. And those are very expensive. By being able to have each tenant just have enough optical window space to have that natural ventilation saves the dramatic cost of the installation of the DOAS or the dramatic costs that come with bringing in the large amounts of outside air into the systems.
Dryer efficiencies.
One thing we did is we went through with the MEP and with the architect, and we looked at how are we going to duct these to the outside and how will we line these up so that we kind of maintain as short a distance as possible for those dryers. One nice thing is going with the electric dryers, at least we don't have any worry about a combustion. So that's one of the reasons we looked to get rid of gas. And we took into account, even as we were looking through each of these, what is the facade material, so that we can make sure that we're not exhausting through something that's a main frontage or anything else.
Eliminating stormwater redundancies.
We have a storm system for the building that takes all of the storm water off of the roof. And then we also have area drains in the parking. We've eliminated one entire street work connection for the storm lateral by tying it into the other storm connection from the roof. So we're almost able to just piggyback along that system and eliminate that third tie-in completely, which is easily 150 feet of cast iron pipe, the connection with no impact on the system as a whole. There's very little space that will not be used on a daily basis. I think we've improved the overall constructability dramatically. I think we've cut time out of the schedule, we've cut costs out of the excavation. And I would say that we have put something together that is efficient, elegant, and has maintained that facade that people loved in the neighborhood.